What it do, E-World? Crisscrossing wires. And let me tell you lame something. No matter how cool you think you are, best believe you ain't cooler than me. Wear a fucking helmet. I'm the coolest motherfucker in the world. But I'm put this goddamn helmet on right now. Cause I got something worth protecting. And that's the only reason why you don't put a goddamn helmet on your head, then obviously you don't feel like you got something worth protecting. So go ahead, do what you do. I ain't preaching to none of y'all motherfuckers, but at the same time, I'm at least gonna keep it real. Be grateful I'm an old goddamn man. And you know, I try to do the right shit. My younger day, I wouldn't give a shit. Boy, I'll never get old, fellas. I'll never get old. That's the feds right there. The FBI. Dang. I need to charge this thing up. Well, I'm down to 72 volts. So yeah, fellas, I lucked out that little auction today, man. It didn't work out for me. It wasn't really one of them cheap type auctions where they got cheap vehicles. You might could have got a deal on something. Yeah, we back out here. I had to go put my leather coat on, man. I thought it was halfway decent. I was wrong. It was decent as long as I was standing still. It wasn't decent as soon as I decided to get the moving on this thing. So anyway, guys, I'm definitely learning my lesson. Well, not that I needed to be taught a lesson, because when it comes to being safe and wearing gear and helmets, I never ride without a goddamn helmet. I mean, at the worst, if I know it's not going to be a high-speed ride, I put the little German helmet on, but never not have any protection on my damn dome, because without a doubt, do I think my head is tougher than that concrete? Not even close. I ain't even chancing it. Even at 20 miles an hour, I don't want my head bouncing off the concrete. Negative on that. I happened to see a video or a clip the other day on Instagram, man, of an accident. Now, it's crazy because the accident was in super slow-mo, so it doesn't look like the guy was going fast. However, the results from the accident, no doubt in my mind, he was definitely going fast enough. And I don't know if you guys saw this clip, but it was floating around on Instagram. It was a guy who they showed his bike hitting the curb, which launched him into a wall. And the wall had like this little extra, you know, this extra part that extended off the wall. So it wasn't just a flat wall. It had like this column on it. Anyway, the guy's head hit that. And he had a helmet on. However, he must have had the cheapest helmet they make. Because that helmet basically exploded into pieces along with his skull and brain matter. All you saw was I'm sure most of you have seen a clip possibly of someone getting shot, where you see like that puff of red vapor. So in this clip, you see the guy's head hit the wall. His helmet explodes into all these pieces, and you see this big puff of red vapor. I'm sure that was his brain exploding, because they said at the scene there was brain matter everywhere. Now I'm gonna tell you, if you were to watch a clip like that, and that don't make you wear a helmet, nothing will. Nothing will. Actually, the clip was one of those ones where it said graphic content, and even though, you know, you couldn't see anything but the helmet exploding and the puff of red and his body just getting flung off, it still was pretty goddamn gruesome and graphic if you just thinking about what happened to this guy. Now, I'm pretty sure that this guy didn't feel any pain, because his lights went out like immediately. What is that? And why does that kid not have on any damn clothes? Okay, so yeah, it's a little e-bike, but I know he's cold. But yeah, man, that clip was pretty gruesome, and it makes you think, you know, about your own mortality. You know, a lot of times, I think every time I go out here on the road and attempt to go fast, what can happen. And in fact, that old saying of shit happens almost happened to me about 15 minutes ago when I came out. Now, I wasn't even going super fast, but I was going fast enough that when I was leaving the complex, coming up that little road right there, maybe doing 30, 35, a damn squirrel came running out. Now, when that squirrel came running out, my reflexes immediately jerked. Now, obviously, after thinking about it rationally, when it was over, I said to myself, if an incident like that ever happens and I'm going high speed, it's just going to be a dead squirrel. Or, you know, don't even attempt to stop. You're just going to have to hit that animal. However, you know, in a split second, without being able to analyze the situation, you know, sometimes your reflexes take over. That's just like, man, like 10 years ago, I've had 3 close calls on actual sport bikes. All right, the first one was I installed the engine on a Honda Interceptor that I had bought from the junkyard, and after I installed the engine, I never checked the oil plug. You know, I just installed the motor and it worked, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go test ride this thing. So I went out to do a test ride, and that oil plug was loose, and from the vibration it fell out. Now, while I was riding, going down a hill, because there's oil leaking from the middle of the bike, I can't see that oil is leaking. In the meantime, that back tire is just riding in oil. So when I get down towards the bottom of the hill, I go to stop and put my foot on the brake, and it's like it's not stopping. It's like I got no brakes at all. What was happening was obviously that back wheel was locking up on the oil, and it just felt like no brakes. That's how slippery it was. So like the third time I attempted to slow down, something wiped right out. Okay, so that was the first time. The second time, it was a similar loss of traction incident in some rain. The worst time you can ever ride is right after, well, right when it first starts raining, because there's oil in the middle of the road, especially for bikes. So as soon as the road got wet, just a little bit, right where we ride at in the center is slippery, so going around the curb, wiped out again. That was number 2. All right, the third time, I had just bought, man, matter of fact, I done had a couple times. Woo! So no, I didn't have 4 close calls, because I even, man, another time I'm mentioning, I totaled a brand new ZX6 that I had for 10 days, showing off. It was cold, had some big dumbass gloves on, and I'm revving round. I was only going about 5 miles an hour, and my hand slipped off the clutch, and that slammed me back. From that slam back is why today I do not wheelie. That is just embedded in my brain of looping out or flipping back. So that's why I don't even attempt to do any wheelies. I don't like the feeling of the wheel coming off the ground. It's embedded in my brain. I'll never do it. All right, so the other time I wanted to talk about, which is the 4th time, and I actually ended up, man, this was really bad, because not only did I get injured, I got locked up. So yeah, I'm haul assing down the highway on a sport bike, and as I'm going around a curve, as soon as I'm coming around the end of the curve, there's a police speed trap. They're set on the side of the road. So again with reflexes instantly, because I just see these police. I'm like, oh shit. So the first thing I do is reflexes attempt to slow down. However, I'm going around a curve, so I'm in a lane. So initially, as soon as I hit that brake, it wipes out. Bam. That's 4 times that I've had close calls on a bike where I didn't die. And man, that was doing about 90 on the highway. When I fell, I heard tractor trailer horns blowing, like I was getting ready to get ran over. Luckily, I did not get ran over. Didn't break anything. I had road rash, but the way I hit the ground and I rolled. That's the only thing that really saved me from even worse road rash. I didn't slide, I rolled. So it would have been a lot worse had I slid on the ground. I had on fucking shorts and a hoodie. So yeah, I had on a helmet, but as far as road rash protection, none at all. So I say all this to say, no matter how good you are, no matter how good of a rider you are, no matter how skilled, shit happens. And a lot of it sometimes is unavoidable. I was watching videos the other day, a clip of one guy was riding and a deer came out, and the deer jumped and hit him, knocked him off the bike, but he wasn't going real fast enough that that shit knocked his ass down. And you know, this was a small deer too. Maybe some of y'all seen that clip. Anyway, man, the point of this conversation is, bro, you gotta respect these bikes. No matter how fast your bike is or how slow it is. You know, 25 miles an hour will get you killed on a bike if a car hits you, or you hit a car. And definitely a bike like this will kill you quick, fast, in a hurry, because I pretty much got sport bike acceleration on this bike. So you got to respect these things, man. And you know, I know it's a lot of guys out here, young guys, they too damn cool to wear. Man, let me tell you, you ain't too cool to wear a helmet, because I'm the coolest motherfucker on the planet. On the fucking planet. At least back in the day I was, man. My ass is old now, so I don't even try to be cool. But shit, you couldn't tell me shit when I was young. So, but at the same time, I still would put a helmet on. So, man, y'all motherfuckers think y'all too cool for a helmet. You a fucking fool. And I'm straight up call you that, because I'm telling you, bruh, your head hit that concrete, you're gonna be drinking through it. If you ain't dead, you're gonna be drinking through a goddamn straw, eating soup for the rest of your life. So that's all I'm gonna say on it. And after I say all that, I'll go right out here on the road and haul ass, because that's just what we do. But if you're gonna do it, you better respect it. Peace.